Meanwhile, this will make some members of Congress very unhappy. Bipartisan proposed legislation, if passed, will mean members of Congress cannot trade stock while in office. Yesterday, those Republican and Democrat lawmakers held a news conference.
It is time for the leadership of Congress on both sides of the aisle to do what the American people have been demanding, which is to end day trading by members of Congress.
This issue has brought so many of us across the political spectrum together because we are united by the value that people should feel that their elected representative puts them and their interests first.
This is a group of individuals who are fighting because it is unfair that members of Congress are trading on insider information and performing 60% better than most of the trading companies in New York City.
A lot of the country there's a lack of trust in the government, and this is an opportunity to earn some of that trust back.
Moments ago, I spoke with Republican Texas Congressman and member of the House Rules Committee and House Budget Committee, Chip Roy. Congressman, nice to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Greta.
All right, you have a bipartisan bill to stop stock trading. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, well, 5 years ago, I introduced a bill with Abigail Spanberger from Virginia. We just both had a mutual agreement that we should stop this kind of active trading, day trading among members of Congress. No problem. You come with a portfolio, put it into a mutual fund, but you shouldn't be trading equities when you're voting on all of these issues. So we've had multiple bills for several years. We all got together over the last 6 months and said, let's just put them all together, the best parts into one bill. We introduced that bill yesterday, the Restore Trust in Congress Act, and we've got a bunch of bipartisan support. We're growing that support, and we've been making sure the Speaker knows we think it's high time that we get it to the floor and that we vote on it.
How is it different from the Stock Act of 2012?
So the 2012 Stock Act was more about transparency. Important, right, so that you can see what members have in their portfolios. But because of that transparency, we're seeing a lot where you've got significant numbers of trades. I think $700 million worth of trades that were done in the last year in 2024. And so because of that transparency, it's become very clear that too many people have conflicts of interest. And people say, well, Chip, there's already insider trading laws. True.
But the penalty is like $200. It's like, I mean, the penalty for violating the 2012 Stock Act is really pitiful.
Correct, on the transparency front. And we just think if you want to restore trust, people have got to believe they send their members here to objectively vote on the issues. How can I look at a bill in the Judiciary Committee on, say, breaking up big tech or monopolies involving healthcare and hospitals, or maybe you're having a tough vote on the Pentagon and the budget, and maybe you're invested heavily in Palantir or in some big defense company. You should get rid of all that.
Well, yeah, I don't understand. I mean, this seems like a no-brainer because it's not like they can't invest. They can get mutual funds, as you suggested, or a blind trust. So who's opposing? Who's telling you, Chip, let's not do this?
Yeah, so I think there's a decent number of members who look at it as, well, our salary is X and it hasn't gone up in a while, and so we need to be able to trade in order to be able to continue to build.
With the mutual fund.
Well, see, that's my view. And I just think, look, you can ride the market up, you can leave your investments in there, we allow for that, and you come in. And by the way, our bill allows for a tax basis for you to take your stocks, move them into a mutual fund without a tax hit, right? Like, so you ride up the gain at the end of your transaction. So we think that that's a cleaner way to do it. I believe that this is going to move forward. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, supports this and has publicly said so. President Trump supports this and has publicly said so. The Speaker has said he supports it, but he's trying to manage his conference. I think here's the real trick. Those of us who believe in this, we're public about it. We're very open about it. Those who oppose it, they're pretty quiet about it. This is a very popular issue. It's a 90-10 issue.
It seems like a no-brainer to me. You're a lawyer. In fact, you're running for Attorney General in Texas. But to me, as we both know, that for lawyers, you shouldn't do anything that has the appearance of impropriety, not even the actual impropriety, appearance. And while the Congress is not, not the legal field, although many of them are lawyers, when you're trading, when you could be dealing with these issues as a legislature, it certainly does have the appearance for me.
We work with a lot of important issues, right, every single day. As I mentioned before, we have healthcare issues, we have defense issues, and we shouldn't be sending our young men and women off to war when you've got a portfolio that's gaining on the fact that you're going to be building up and buying a whole bunch of defense, aircraft carriers and bullets and munitions and planes. You shouldn't be enriching yourself on healthcare stocks. A lot of people made a lot of money on Obamacare, right? A lot of people made a lot of money, for example, during COVID. How many transactions did we see in people playing the market during COVID? I think that's all nonsense. You need people here. And by the way, There are 330 million Americans. There are 435 of us entrusted to run the country. How about we focus on running the country? And if you want to day trade, then go home. You don't have to be in Congress.
One last question. If you are a woman in Congress and you have a husband, does this stock, does that impede the husband from doing?
So it would still apply to the spouses because we don't want people to sort of backdoor game it. However, we do allow for, if you've got a spouse who's got, maybe they get equity in a company because they work for that company, that's fine. But then you have to take that when it's appropriate to transfer it over and move it into a fund. We try to allow for all of that. By the way, let's have an open debate. Let's have regular order. Put it in the admin committee. Let's offer amendments. People want to tweak it, make it work better. We're all for it. But it's time that the ultimate question be answered. Should members of Congress be day trading and profiting on stock trading while they're voting on these important issues? And the answer should be no.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.